Huh, gang? What a journey. You notice that's a word that's overused way too much now? Everybody's on a journey now. I go on social media, I read these status updates. You know, when I started this journey, just want to thank you all for supporting me every step of this journey. It's like, journey? What journey? You gave up dairy for a month. What journey did you go on? Lewis and Clark, they went on a journey. Your ass is just lactose intolerant, that's all. I mean, listen, Columbus, I'm sorry milk gives you the shits, I really am. But a journey, how far away is your bathroom that it's a journey? What, do you need a Sherpa to get there? You loading up a donkey with supplies? What is going on over there? We have lost the ability to just be normal people doing regular things. Everything has to sound so much more special than it is. And I'm going to tell you who the worst offenders are. And some of you are here tonight. Moms, you are the worst. I go on Instagram, you guys just calling each other badasses back and forth in the comment section. It's like, look at you go, you badass mama. Look at you, you badass chica. Such a badass mamacita. I would read these, I'd be like, what did she do? Oh, what's that? Oh, she worked and cooked dinner in the same day? Okay, yeah. Oh, what a badass. Practically Mike Tyson, this woman. I'm sure you're all good moms. I'm not arguing that. I'm just trying to picture my Italian mother in New Jersey in 1987, sitting at our kitchen table with our neighbor Dolores, and the two of them calling each other badasses in between drags of their unfiltered Newports, just like... Let me get this straight. You did the laundry and picked the kids up from school? You're a real badass. You're a real Steven Seagal is what you are. We're just ruining these words, man. Everybody's a badass. Everybody's a warrior, right? Just want to give a shout out to all my gluten-free warriors out there. It's like, okay. Settle down, Genghis Khan. Let's relax. Everybody's got to hear how special they are. If you don't come out and tell them, they'll just come right out and ask you to. The other day, one of my buddies posts on Facebook. He writes, hey guys, feeling a little bit down today. Can you guys say something about me to get me going, to do what I need to do? And I was like, your rent is due next week. Get off your ass. Did that get you going? I'm not on here to inspire you, okay? I'm here to look up high school girlfriends. That's the only reason I have for this stupid app. I have no patience for it anymore. None. When I see people pulling this nonsense, I'm brutally honest with them in the comment section. The other day, somebody posted, just set a new personal best, a 12-minute mile. I was like, really? What were you on, crutches? That's a terrible time. I don't even know what setting that is on the treadmill. What is that? What is that? Elephant? Is that the setting? I'm just saying, all I'm saying is that at that speed, you're never gonna finish your journey. That's all I'm saying. I'm on a journey of my own. My wife and I just celebrated 10 years of marriage. Thank you. Yeah. It's amazing that she and I ended up together because we come from two totally different backgrounds. She grew up with a bunch of rednecks in Southwest Florida, and I grew up with a bunch of greasy Italians from New Jersey. How you doing? Yeah? How you all doing? A lot of classy broads here tonight, a lot of good-looking people. People are always stunned when I tell them I'm from New Jersey. They're like, how can you be from New Jersey and not have an accent like that? I graduated high school, that's how. But the difference is in our family. Every guy in my family is straight out of a Scorsese movie. Every guy in her family is straight out of a Toby Keith video. It's unbelievable. Any one of these guys could be a seat filler at the CMAs, no questions asked. Remember the first time I went down there and met this crew? What a shock that was. We're staying at our uncle's house and we're going out by the pool. And this guy stops me. He goes, hey, y'all going out by the pool? do me a favor, take my 357 out there in case that gator comes around. You take him down, boy. I was like, I'm sorry. Come again? Can we play that back real quick? I want to make sure I got every last detail of that. You want me to take this hand cannon out by the pool, and in the event I see a water dinosaur emerge from that swamp that you call a backyard, you want me to blow a hole in its face while I'm laying on this inflatable swan? Okay, just wanted to... Just want to make sure we got all of that. They're such men, these guys. They are. They build their own houses, they fix their own cars, they kill their own food. That's not how I was raised, okay? Where I come from, you need something done, you call a guy. That's all you do. My people don't do things, we just showered, okay? We're not gonna ruin these pants, okay? Guys in her family don't care about fashion. They don't buy new clothes when the seasons change. If it gets too hot out, they just cut their jeans in half. Boom, shorts. These are the men my wife grew up with. I don't know how she went from that to a guy who exfoliates 4 times a week. Every now and again, I gotta ask her. I'm like, "This is the last time I'm gonna ask you, okay? Are you with me because you love me, or because you always wanted a sister?" It's the last time I'm gonna ask. My family's its own bag of issues. We just saw them a couple of months ago. We were home for a family reunion. I'm Italian, I should clarify. It was a funeral, but tomato, tomato. Just as much fun. Any Italians here? Clap it up. Don't we have the best funerals? Our funerals are amazing. It's like a big party. I mean, obviously, except for one person, but people bring the whole family. My parents started bringing me to funerals at 4 years old, which, as you can tell, has had no ill effects on my personality whatsoever. And they wouldn't just bring you to the funeral, right? They would walk you up to the casket to get a better look. She's like, "Come on, let's go. Come on." There he is. There's your Uncle Tony. You want to give him a kiss? What? The best people watching. Italians never know what to say to the mourners at a funeral. I love watching this whole scene unfold. Just watching a guy come up with that walk. Just. Hey. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? He's in a better place. Is he? He's in a casket. What could possibly be worse than that? The only place I can think of is like, I don't know, like a full Catholic mass. And guess where he's going tomorrow? Then we just spend the rest of the night talking about how good the dead body looks. That's not for nothing. Not for nothing. They did a nice job with her, no? Look at how good she looks. Minga, Patty, look at your Uncle Vito. He looks like he's taking a nap, right? Yeah, you know, you're right. I remember when he napped, he always wore a 3-piece suit with a gold pocket watch. That's, you know, if you really want him to look like he's taking a nap, put him in those old Zubaz pants he wore all the time with that white V-neck with the spaghetti stain and a gold chain and a hand down his pants. That'll look like he's taking a nap. Yeah, 10 years. When you've been married 10 years, you start taking stock of how the marriage has changed and what's changed. Date night has changed tremendously for us, you know? We used to party. We'd go to clubs. We'd go to music festivals. Now we do brunch at a 2 o'clock movie. That's my Lollapalooza now. And I love it. You think getting high and listening to music is fun? Have you ever walked out of a movie theater while the sun is still out? It's euphoric. I don't know when the change occurred, but I do know the exact moment that I realized the change had occurred. We were talking to this couple we know in their 20s, and they were just going on about this date night they had, just going down this whole litany of events. And they're like, yeah, we went out for drinks, then we went to dinner, then we went to a concert, then we went clubbing until 4 in the morning. The entire time I'm listening to this, I'm thinking to myself, I would have to shoot cocaine into my balls to get through half of that itinerary. And they're like, well, if you guys don't go out, what do you do for fun? I'm like, you mean aside from watch TV? Because that's the pinnacle right now. They're like, oh, I get it, a little Netflix and chill. I'm like, no, we don't Netflix and chill. We Netflix and constantly ask what time it is. That's what we do. Every 20 minutes, like, what time is it, babe? What? It's only 9 o'clock. Get out of here. I thought it was later. I didn't feel like it feels like it's midnight. Are you sure? What does the clock in the microwave say? What does that say? Jesus Christ, 9 o'clock. All right. Well, listen, babe. Honey, we can start another episode, but I can't promise I'm going to finish it, babe. I'm not a superhero. Some of our friends still go out all night. We can't hang with these maniacs with their 8:30 dinner reservations. 8:30? You out of your mind? That's when I'm popping my first melatonin is 8:30. I'm not leaving my house. What do I look like, a Kardashian to you? I'm right here. I'm staying right here. We don't go out with any other couples anymore. I couldn't do it. Nobody ever came prepared. Here's what you got to understand. If you make plans to go out to dinner with me on a Saturday, I know what I'm ordering by Tuesday. Not these people. Every time the waiter would come by, we need more time. No, we don't. We made these plans 6 months ago. Why am I the only one who's been studying the menu since then? And they want to order something for the table, right? Something to share. All of a sudden, people are voting over appetizers like we're trying to pass an infrastructure bill. Be like, well, we got 2 votes for the calamari and 2 votes for the burrata. Pat, you guys are the deciding vote. What's it going to be? We vote never to do this again with any of you for the rest of our lives. I hate everybody at this table. I hope you have a terrible Christmas and your kid gets left back in school because you've ruined everything. I never wanted to vote. You know why? Because there were always people at those dinners whose opinions I didn't care about. We had this one woman in our group, right? Every time we would do one of these dinners, she would bring a new boyfriend. That guy doesn't get a vote. I don't know that guy. All I know about Todd is that 6 months from now, his name will be Brian. That's all I know about him. I am lucky, though. My wife and I, we get along as well now as we did when we met. I don't think a lot of couples can say that after 10 years. We can. People want to know what our secret is. I'll tell you what our secret is. We have built our marriage on what I feel is the single most important thing in a relationship. We hate all of the same people. Yeah. That's the key. And those of you who didn't clap, I want you to try this little social experiment. Fellas, the next time your wife or your girlfriend is really going on about some woman she can't stand, I want you to look her directly in the eyes and simply say, you know, I didn't think she was that bad. See what happens. You gotta hate the same people. That keeps things hot. Every time my wife and I go out, we'll see at least one new kind of person that'll make us look at each other and be like, can you believe this fucking guy? And we fall in love all over again. You know? I mean, we like a lot of the same people too, but that's not as much fun, right? We never leave a party and talk about those people the entire car ride home. We'll start with them to try and prove that we're not complete monsters, but It always devolves from there. It's always like, that Bob and Susan were nice. Weren't they wonderful? Yeah. But that Heather, what a bitch. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Sometimes for date night, we'll just go places and hate watch people just to spice things up. I'll call her up and be like, hey, getting off work early. Meet me at Whole Foods in 20. They're doing a vegan baking class. Let's go get annoyed. That place gets me so charged up, it's like foreplay. I don't trust myself in that place. Everything about that place annoys me. It's far too pretentious and insufferable. I go in there to like buy a piece of meat, and within 30 seconds, I want to murder everybody in that store. It got to a point, I was one more complaining mom and Lululemon pants away from just throat punching everybody in the produce section. Come on, you've seen her in there, right? Walking around all entitled with her adopted Guatemalan baby that she named Caden. It's like, really? Really, Diane? Caden from Guatemala? That's what we're going with? So bad. Everything about that place. They always want donations for some obscure cause. Last time I was in there, the cashier was like, would you like to make a donation to fund organic gardens in schools? I was like, organic gardens in schools? This is Chicago. How about we donate to keep schools open? How about that? Right? We'll knock that out and then worry about basil after that. I was thinking about it. You could spend a day recording people in Whole Foods, and that would make a pretty solid recruitment tape for ISIS. It really would. I feel like you guys got a little bit tight. Let me clarify. I don't want anything to happen to Caden, okay? I hope he has a long, fruitful, successful life. Though at the same time, let's be honest, any kid who's yelling at his mother over coconut water flavors at 5 years old, probably not gonna grow up to be somebody we'd miss, right? Maybe we just cut our losses. My wife and I don't have any kids. When you've been married 10 years and you don't have kids, people ask you all the time why you don't have kids, which is not a question that you should ask a couple that's been married 10 years, because you may not want to know that answer, you know? Really, I mean, for all you know, maybe we want kids, but we can't have kids. We can, we just despise them, but that's not the point. It's inappropriate. So now when people ask us that question, we take it upon ourselves to reply with the most reprehensible things imaginable to guarantee those people never ask that question again. Last time somebody asked, my wife was like, well, you know, we really want kids, and oh my God, we have tried everything, but unfortunately, Pat has undescended testicles, so that makes it really difficult. And I was like, yeah, we talked about adopting one, but you know how it is. There were no white ones available, so... People can't wrap their heads around it. What's gonna happen when you get old? That's the question I get asked all the time. My parents ask me that. They're like, don't you worry about who's gonna take care of you when you get old? I was like, I don't know, do you? Because I live 12 hours away. You really ought to start thinking about this. I was wondering, like, is that really something couples discuss when they're trying to figure out whether or not to have kids? Or they're like, hey, babe, do you remember last month when we both got sick? What if that happens when we're 90? You know what? Meet me in the bedroom. Let's make some hospice nurses. Come on, clock is ticking. It's gonna happen when I'm 90. I'll check myself into a nursing home. Those places seem amazing. The amount of debauchery going on there, plus a 10-to-1 female-to-male ratio. Let's weigh the options at 90, shall we? I could be living with my adult child and their family, who, let's be honest, probably won't want me in their house. Or I could be having unlimited casual sex with zero chance of pregnancy or recollection that it happened. I think I'll take the granny gangbang 9 times out of 10. We get a lot of friends with kids. I listen to the way they talk to these kids. All they do is congratulate these kids all day long. Any mundane, remedial, idiot task these kids complete. Good job, bud. Good job. Way to go. Way to go. Good job. So proud of you. Way to go. Do you know what I had to do to get a good job from my father? I'm asking, because it's never happened. You think I'd be doing this if I knew I had the man's approval? No! All they do, my friends, is talk about how much work it is all the time. My buddy and his wife have 2 children. They carry on like they're running a UN refugee camp out of their house. I'm at the point I just humor them. I'm like, I don't know how you do it. How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you cook all that food for a couple of 35-pound people who eat chicken fingers for every fucking meal of the day? How do you do it? Don't complain to me about how much work your kids are. Complain to your kids about how much work they are. That was what my parents did. That was my dad. He would always say stuff like, you know, I bust my hump every day, so you have everything you need? And I'd be like, yeah, that's how this whole thing works. I'm 6, so I don't know how I'm supposed to contribute right now. I'm 3 years removed from shitting my pants, so a job is kind of off the table. He's like, I'm up at 4 a.m. every day to put food on this table for you. Yep, I know, and that's required of you by state and federal law. You can't starve me just because you're tired. It's not allowed. No, I'm happy with my dog. I'm happy with my dog because a dog stays cute way longer than a child does. My dog is 11 years old, as adorable today as the day I brought her home. My niece is also 11. She's pretty tough to look at, not gonna lie to you. And I don't feel bad about saying it, because I don't think she's very nice either. I go weeks without seeing this kid. She won't even give me a hug. Meanwhile, my dog buries her face in my crotch every time I walk in the door. Now, I'm not saying that I want that from my niece, but I think you understand the connection I'm trying to make between these two situations. I don't know. Marriage is hard enough without kids. That scares me. Marriage is hard. I think marriage is the hardest thing a human being can do. I really do. And I'm not exaggerating. I think that's a fact. You want to know how I know that marriage is the hardest thing a human being can do? Stephen Hawking got divorced. I feel like some of you don't know who Stephen Hawking is, so here's a quick refresher for you, okay? Real quick. This was the guy in the wheelchair who wrote theories explaining the universe using like an eyebrow to type one letter at a time, and marriage was too hard for him. Do we need more? Okay, this guy couldn't feed himself, or bathe himself, or dress himself, and despite all of that, he gets up one day out of the clear blue sky and just says, I can't take this shit anymore. You know what happens? A lot of marriages lose the passion. That's what happens. And I'm going to tell you the exact reason why a lot of marriages lose the passion, okay? You ready? There's way too much casual nudity in a marriage. What I mean is, once you walk in on somebody brushing their teeth naked while taking a shit, there's no going back from that. And stuff like that keeps happening, right? Over and over. And then one day you're talking about refinancing the house wearing nothing but dress socks and a Fitbit. And then you're no longer a married couple, you're just two old men in a gym locker room. Can't tell you how many of my guy friends will be like, I don't get it. My wife just doesn't seem to want me the same way. I'm like, have you tried taking a leak with the door shut once, just once? Because I'm going to tell you something right now. She no longer sees that thing as an object of desire, okay? To her, that's the reason she has to wet swift the bathroom floor 4 times a week. You want to get laid, work on your aim wild, Bill. That's a good place to start. You can't ever stop making the effort. You can't. My wife and I have been together a long time. I'm not going to stand up here and lie to you and tell you that it's as crazy and as hot as it was in the beginning, right? But we make the effort. I make sure every single day of my marriage, at the very least, once a day, when she bends over to pick something off the floor, I'll sneak up behind her and give her a little one of these, right? 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 Yeah, a couple other members of the club here tonight, huh? Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I'm not proud of it, okay? I don't know what's worse, the fact that I'm a grown man and I still do this every day, or the fact that every single time that I do it, somewhere in the back of my head, I'm honestly thinking, it's gonna work this time. I'm 0 for 7,000, but tonight's the night. She'd be like, you know how I told you I wasn't in the mood? I really wasn't, but once I felt your hip bones ran my ass cheeks from behind while I fed the dog, I thought, I need this gentle beast inside me. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it so good. Let's do it all night. This poor woman. I used to romance her, you know? Would take her out to dinner. She'd come home. I'd have candles lit. I'd have rose petals going into the bedroom. When did it stop? I want to know the exact day. I want to know the exact day the light bulb went on, and I was like, you know what? The hell with all that. I'm just going to send her face first into a dishwasher. That's the new move. I talk like that. That scares the hell out of my single guy friends, you know? And they hear what it's like, 'cause they're all just obsessed with sex. That's all these guys are worried about. I was talking to one of my buddies the other day. He's like, I would get married, but you get married, you're stuck with one vagina for the rest of your life. I'm like, what are you, collecting them? How many do you need? I said, listen, man to man, I'm gonna tell you something right now. You meet a woman you love, a woman you do anything for, one is enough, right? We're friends, I'll tell you, I like my wife's. There you go. Most important, I trust it with my life. Because I know everything there is to know about it, you know? It's like I know its entire history. It's like I got the Carfax, right? I know if it's been in any accidents. I know if any accidents have been in it, and it checks out. 2 previous owners regularly maintained. No major service records, right? Need a little framework after I took it for a drive, you know what I'm saying, dog? There we go. There we go. There we go. I tell these guys, listen, you're never going to stop thinking about other women. That's never going to change, you know? That never changes. I mean, of course I think about other women. Would a 24-year-old sound like fun? Sure. So would driving a Lamborghini, but I know that's too much car for me. They're the same thing. My time inside both would be incredibly short and in a horrible accident. But go ahead, you single people. Keep having your single sex with your foreplay and your multiple positions, you hotshots. I'll take the married sex over that nonsense any day. Give me that married sex. Give me that consistent, reliable, shower and brush your teeth beforehand, 3 out of 4 stars, 67 degrees and partly sunny, B-, 1 position, 10 minutes long, 2 minutes for cuddling, plenty of time when you're done for a TV show after. Married sex. Thank you. Thank you all so much for coming out tonight. Really appreciate it.